stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked. By the way, just got the time
that I won't know.
you in this club. Don't shy.
Baby,
My vibe.
usually I
Do this often, but
hey,
this isn't an option. Usual, rain and thunder.
baby, I wonder.
Baby, I wonder.
Put your sweats on me. Hey, I got. Talking late night.
Let me lay it down. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will.
Just. Hey, everybody. Just say you will. Mm, Come on in. Yeah. I feel like every time I sing the song, I say different words. What is up, you guys? How is everyone? How has your day been? What is up? What is up? Welcome to Earth is School. Welcome to Earth is School. I am your host, Dayla. So, back with another episode. How is everyone doing? Tune in. Come in. Come in. Let me know if it's too loud in the background. As far as the wind and stuff goes. I think it's about to start raining here, so I hope that doesn't affect anything. But how are you guys? I'm giving you a few more seconds to come in. I missed you guys all day. I wanted to go on earlier. As some of you guys know, this is a challenge for me that I've created for myself to do my Earth is School episodes every single night. Or it's nighttime for me. It's not nighttime for the ones that are listening from the States. But I wanted to do this every night. And so I even went to sleep for a second. And then I was like, no, I'm going to make myself get up. And we're about to get into it. Now, I don't really know yet, even at this moment, if I'm going to go in on the subject that I wanted to go in about. Or if I'm just going to do like a Q&A. The fact that I still don't know to this moment, I really go off of what I feel, y'all. Like, I don't be trying to force nothing. So, and then the fact that I can't see these comments is crazy. Let's see, how can we do this? I know if I go out of this thing, I'm going to be able to see these comments, but I'm scared. Let me see. It's so silly. I have to look at another device. I want my music to vibe in the background, but yeah. Technical. So I wanted to talk about a subject that I think is really important when it comes to people from the U.S. wanting to move out of the country. But I don't even think I'm going to do that, y'all. For real. It's 2 o'clock in the morning for me over here. So I think that I'm going to answer any questions that you guys might have. At least I'm still sticking to my challenge because I know that if I go in on this subject, I'm going to be on here for like an hour and a half. It's such a good subject. It's such a needed subject. But I think I can save it for tomorrow and I can make sure I come on here a little earlier for myself because I'm trying to get my sleep pattern together. So yes, if you guys have any questions for me, like we can do a quick Q&A if you like. You can just say hi, feel the vibes, whatever, whatever. I want to go out of this so I can see the comments and highlight them. Let me just try this. I'm gonna be so sad if it takes it out, but let's see what happens. Because when I go out of this thing, all the comments come up. Let me see. Chat. Okay, y'all are still here. Okay, nothing came up, but um yeah, you guys ask me anything that you want to ask me. We're not going to go in on this subject. I'm sorry if you guys were anticipating a juicy subject, okay? Because you know I come with the jewels, with the topics, but I just know that the reason I'm even coming on here so late is because I went to sleep so late. And so if I do the same thing I did last night, it's going to be the same thing tomorrow, you know? And this subject is a really important subject. I want to be able to go in and say what needs to be said. And so please let me know if you have any questions, anything you just want to express and say. Even if you guys have a topic that you want me to touch on for a minute, we can do that. But me just going in on the subject I had together, I just know that it's not going to be good for me. So I do appreciate you guys tuning in, though. And yeah, it's kind of like I'm doing this for y'all, but one of the things that I do for on my channel on all my platforms is I try to stay true to myself, authentic to myself. I try to put me first. It's so easy when you have a platform or you're a public quote unquote figure, whatever you want to call it. It's so easy to get caught up on like doing what others want you to do, meeting the demands of others. And so I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going to wear myself out and then be super tired, dragging on, like barely hanging on, trying to have this conversation with you guys. I'll just get some rest and make sure I can do it tomorrow. So if you're just tuning in again, then I'm just saying that I'm not going to do the subject I wanted to do. This is a challenge that I created for myself to have these Earth is School, or just to go live with my Earth is School podcast every single day. And so I'm honoring that challenge by making sure I still go live, but I'm honoring myself by not going in on this subject that I wanted to. Instead, I'm opening this time up for you guys to ask any questions you want to ask, express anything you'd like to express. Yeah, and we can sit on here for a few minutes while we do that if you guys are up for that. If not, then that's cool too. At least I came in and said hi. At least I stuck to my challenge of of going live every single day. And so we'll see what happens. If you guys are leaving comments, then I'm so sorry because I don't know why YouTube does this to me when I am doing audio, but I don't get to see all my comments. Like I will get off the live and then all these comments will pop up. And like last night's episode, which was a really good episode, if you tuned into that, then thank you. It was about how as a single mom or a single parent, you can make your single parenting journey harder. There was a brother that tuned in. He was a single dad, and he tuned in and kind of rode the wave and helped me go through that episode together. So that was really dope. But even then, it was like almost halfway through, and I didn't know that there were a bunch of comments until I opened up my other device. So yeah, I don't know. YouTube just be hating. But I just wanted to come on here, give y'all some light, feel good about myself because I kept my word. I kept my word in saying that I will stick to this challenge of going live every single day. It helps me, it makes me feel productive. And I am really serious about going through with my podcast this time around. So just doing the bare minimum is good enough for me right now, okay? Because I'm so tired. And y'all can hear me yawning. So it's about to rain here, and maybe that's another reason why I don't need to go in because the electricity might go out. So again, if you guys are asking any questions, I'm sorry. Brittany's live. How are you? Okay, so I see that comment. What is up, love? I'm just explaining how I will not be going in on the subject I wanted to, but I still wanted to come in here and honor my word as me, my word of me going live every single day. I will not be going live this late. It's 2:20 in the morning for me here. So it would not be whatever time it is in y'all's area. I should not ever be going live at this time, okay? It's gonna be before this, a few hours before. But I just didn't want to end my day and then have not done that because I just started with this challenge again. So, but I hope you guys can go and listen to the replay of my last 2 or 3 episodes. You see how many times I'm yawning? This is crazy. Oh, it's 9:20 there. Okay. Alabama in the house. Isn't that crazy the way time works? I'm always shocked. I've been here in Senegal for 3 years and it still blows my mind that it's tomorrow over here for y'all and it's yesterday. Like in Alabama, you're in yesterday for me. And my father just recently moved to Tokyo. It's really off where he's at right now. In Tokyo, it's probably like I have to look on my other phone to see, but let me see what time it is where my dad is at. Like we don't even talk the way we did before because the time is crazy. It's it doesn't even say if this is 11 p.m. or a.m. I think it's 11 a.m. there. Isn't that amazing though? Like it makes sense why so many scientists said that time it does not exist. That it's just a man made up thing because how are we on different hours but the same minutes? And then in Ethiopia, they don't even go like it's like 2020 something else. It's not even 2023 in Ethiopia. It just shows you how made up it is. I swear. She said I would be messed up with the timing. It's crazy for me to schedule people when I have my clients for my birthing or my coaching. It's pretty. I mean, I'm pretty used to it now, but I just ask what the time zone is. But I have to like really stay on top of it. I have to set my alarm for my time zone and theirs. It's kind of crazy, but it just shows how made up it is. It's raining. Let me see if y'all can hear the rain. Oh, that's a vibe. Oh my God, this rain. I'm so sad about the rain. The rainy season ending. Let me see if y'all can catch these rainy season vibes in Senegal in Africa. Can y'all hear it? Watch the electricity go out. Man, I don't even know. Like if you're a person that loves water and you love the rain, you gotta experience rain in Africa. I mean, I guess I shouldn't speak for all the countries, right? I haven't been to all the countries in Africa, but Senegal, like Sally, oh my God. I'm sad that it's going to end. It's just such heavy rain. I don't even know what it is about this rain. I don't even know what it is about this African rain, but it's something like, water, the water from the ocean, the water, rainwater. It does the same thing that sage does. Scientists have literally proven, they have done studies to show how sage and ocean water, grass, when we're grounding ourselves, how these things produce the negative ions that our body needs and takes away. the positive ions that our body doesn't need. And so it's just something about this rain. You can just feel it. You can feel it. I mean, I've always loved the rain anyway, even in the States, but it's just something about being out here in rainy season. It's such a vibe. Even the thunder. Oh my God. I could do a whole video on African thunder. It's just not the same place, y'all. It's different. The sun doesn't look the same ever. I just don't believe that this is the same sun. It's just really hard for me to believe that this is the same sun. And I've researched it, and so many people say the same thing. And I guess if we want to be technical, it's because we're closer to the equator here. That's what I have researched, that everything looks so closer. Like the moon looks like you can reach out and touch it sometimes. Everything is bigger and louder. The thunder will rumble your heart. The thunder will rumble your heart. Like it's deep and it is powerful. I don't even know how to describe it. Yes, you have to come. The jewelry, the clothes, all of the handmade stuff, right? I need it all. I know, right? Yep, it's here and it's so affordable. Oh my God, when I see people reselling Africa's jewelry in our stores in the States, it's like, okay, I mean, I ain't gonna knock nobody hustle, but maybe they getting 1,000% profit. They getting 2,000% profit, if that even makes sense. Because it is not the same price at all. You might as well buy a plane ticket and come here and get it for the $3 and $5 that these items are, instead of the $30, $50, probably more than that now, in those shops in Atlanta, in Brooklyn and stuff. It's crazy. You don't see. Oh yeah, okay. You're in Alabama. That's why. Yeah, because the Midwest, those kind of like country. I mean, you're not in the Midwest, but I feel like the countryer the city gets, the less you're going to see that. Because I was born in Oklahoma and live back and forth, and they definitely do not have any African shops or any. That's it. Just got to be a plate. I mean, a person that opens up a shop, they might be conscious. They might be on their African Egyptian stuff. But if you are in places like Atlanta, New York for sure, New York has all the boroughs of New York. They probably have somebody selling some African dashikis and head wraps and But yeah, Alabama, it's gonna be real hard to find it. Oh yes, the market vibe. Oh my goodness, yes. Yep. Yeah, you would definitely love it here. I mean, you would love to experience that. I don't know if you would just love to be there all the time, but when I first came, if y'all look back on my videos, my lives and stuff, when I first got here for the first year, for sure, I was super excited. I was downtown every day. Literally, I was downtown almost every day. It's ridiculous how much time I spent in those shops. And then after that, I was just like, okay, I'm over it. It's a lot of energy, a lot of people. But I do still like to go back and go and visit downtown when I'm in the car. So yes, guys, ask me any questions. If you guys don't have any questions, that is perfectly fine. If you're just tuning in, I was sharing how I I have a topic that I wanted to touch on tonight, but it's so late that it just would not be smart of me. I'm so tired, and it's way later than I would when I wanted to come on here. So instead, I just rather come on here and do like a Q&A, just kind of chop it up with y'all, honoring my word that I gave myself to do my Earth to School lives every day. And I just want to get used to you guys seeing me and hearing my voice. Sometimes I'll do video, but most of the time it'll be audio probably. And so, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and do that instead of just saying never mind and regretting it. Oh man, this right here is a word. The fact that I don't know anyone there, just see you post from there. And then she asked, do you know anyone there before you went? So I love this because don't even get me started. I'm trying not to do a long episode, y'all, okay? But this is so deep right here. I plan on putting this subject in a video for America, for Black Americans, because most definitely we kind of got the short end of the stick because who do we know? Who do you even know that lives outside of the country? Like someone that you really know and trust. Most Black Americans do not know someone who they trust that lives outside of the country, period. But then if we're talking about Africa specifically, where a lot of us want to come back home to, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We don't know anybody. I didn't know anyone before I came to Senegal. No. And it saddens me and it brings me joy for me to be that person for so many people. But it also saddens me because it's like, damn, like y'all really didn't want us to get out of there. Like y'all really didn't want us to get out. Y'all really did a number on us. We already don't see the importance of our passports. You know, it's not until we're grown that we just think of it or something comes up and we decide to get it. So that's already a thing. But then it's like, dang, and then y'all have it where we don't even know nobody. You know how many Africans have family members in our country? Every African I know, every African that I know on a friend basis has someone that they know in our country. And if they don't, if I'm wrong about that and they don't, they most definitely know people outside of their country, like outside of the continent of Africa. They always have family members in France, Canada. There's plenty of Africans in Portugal. There's even Africans in Mexico. They got people everywhere. All my African friends, if there was a big disaster in this country and they had the money to, they could go to a family member in our country, in Canada, in Europe somewhere, even in Australia. I have African friends that have family in Australia. Like, why do you know people in Australia? You know? But us, we don't have that connection, man. It's the saddest thing. So I'm really happy to be that connection for so many people. And it's just a little bittersweet because it's just like, it's not fair. It's kind of not fair. She said, my bad, I talk a lot. No. No, I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, exactly. I'm escaping. That's what I'm talking about. You can do it. Seriously. I didn't know a soul. I didn't know a soul here. And I all I knew is that I was supposed to come here. All I knew is that I was supposed to come here to Senegal. Not even that I wanted to just get out the country. Now we're about to go into the subject that I want to talk about, but I'm not going to talk about it. But I'll just say that just wanting to leave America is not enough. Hating America, not wanting to be in America is not enough to live in Africa. Let me say that. It might be enough to live in Mexico, Cancun, Canada, somewhere that is not so out of the ordinary, but not wanting to be in America is not enough to move to Africa because moving to Africa is like moving to Mars. Ask anybody that lives here from America. This is like living on a different planet. This is a different planet. So it's not for everybody, and it's not for everybody that just doesn't like America, that's fed up with America. So that's why I'm really specific with my words when I say that when I knew that I wanted to come here, which is now been 10 years, so crazy. Oh my God, I gotta celebrate this year because I gave myself 10 years to get here, and I made it here in 8 years. And this would have been, wait, am I mathing right? Let me think. Yeah, exactly. So that means that this would have been the year that I would have moved. So that means something. I don't know what that means, but it means something, okay? Because I gave myself 10 years and I was really focused on those 10 years. And I mean, now that I look back, I could have just left the next year, honestly. Coming here with $167, I might as well just left that same month. I did all that planning, okay? All that planning and saving up and stuff. But most definitely, that's why I worded it in as in, um, I knew that that I was supposed to be here. Not that I didn't like America, that's clear. If anybody, if you follow me on my Facebook, my Instagram, then, you know, we're not even going to go into those details because I don't want YouTube to to be hating on me. But y'all know how I feel about America. So it's not about America though. It's about knowing where you're supposed to be, not wanting to just flee. You know, at least not when it comes to Africa, because it's real here. It's real here. Yeah, it's real. It's literally moving to another planet, especially if you move somewhere where they don't speak the language that you speak. That's already another level. And then even if you do, like in Gambia, it's still they speak English, but it's still foreign as hell out there. It's just a different vibe, different life, different people, different mind, different food, different ground that you walk on, different sky, different storms, different everything. Like it's everything that's different. I don't even know how to explain that, but every single thing. It's so easy to get misunderstood or have a misunderstanding. I always give kudos to those couples that come from, like, when it's an American and an African. I'm like, oh, y'all was in love, because baby, that's a different level of love. You already have disagreements with somebody that you come from the same culture with. So this culture being so opposite and it being so easy to misunderstand each other, kudos to those couples because I'm not about that life. I've come too far. I can't. I don't have the patience. But I love that for people because it does take a lot of patience. I don't know my exact destination at the moment, but I know that Alabama isn't, and I've known that for a while. Yes, that's right. That's good. That's good because when you know, you know. And it's funny. I was going to make a post earlier um, and say sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is move out of your hometown, move out of the city that you're from. And then I was going to say, and for some of us, the best thing we can do is move out of the country. And I thought of that. I actually thought of that when I was in the shower because I thought about how many people just need to leave their hometown. Like it's not even a, leaving the country thing yet, but you just got to get out of where you from. And then there's some of us that literally, like you said, need to escape. And it sounds corny. It sounds corny, okay? But I do encourage you guys to pray on it because my journey in knowing without a doubt, I mean, somebody could have been like, I don't even know, like the most extreme scenario of how do you know for certain that you are supposed to move to Senegal? If you're wrong about this, you lose a limb. Like it could have been the most extreme situation, and you could not tell me that I wasn't meant to come to Senegal. Like no one could tell me. If you guys remember, if you follow me 10 years ago, a lot of you guys follow my journey. I think half or more than half of my audience has been following my journey for quite some time. And you know how people were calling me crazy and everything because I was so like, man, like a pillar. Like I was not shaky at all about where I needed to go. And the way that I got that way, it was prayer. It really was prayer. I really, really prayed. I really prayed for me to escape the things that are taking place now and that are going to take place in the future. I really prayed for me to be led to a space where I could not be a part of that. That was my prayer. And I did it every single day for months, faithfully. I was working my corporate job, and every single day, I remember having to clock in at like 11 a.m., and I would spend that time starting my day. I would spend that time researching, and I would pray. I would pray, and I would ask Source, I would ask God to lead me into whatever it is that I needed to know and understand for me to not be, you know, where all the prophecies, all the religions and spiritual texts talk about the things that are going to happen. So I specifically prayed to escape those times. If you read Paul in the Bible, he's asking people to do that. He says that when the richer get richer and the poor get poorer, when the government starts being weird and doing extra shit that we never seen before, all kind of stuff. He says when inflation takes place and more people are going hungry, you need to have prayed for you to escape these times. And that's what I did, y'all. I know it just sounds so cheesy. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. And then all of a sudden, I can't tell you the day, but I can tell you that it happened. And I was just like, yo, I'm supposed to go to Senegal. And I didn't even know that Senegal was a country. I'd never heard of Senegal. There wasn't one thing that I knew about Senegal. I remember studying Shanta Ant. Ra, Ra, didn't I tell you not to call me? If you mess up my live, it's so on. Can y'all hear me? Bruh, I'm leaving you outside because I asked you not to call me. Hold on. Okay, guys, give me a second. He's coming. He's coming. Did you get my water? All right, y'all. My bad. I don't like to mute my podcast, so it's just whatever, right? I want y'all to feel like y'all here with me, so I'm perfectly fine with you guys here in the background. So yes, it's just okay. Wait, before I forget my train of thought. Yeah, it's just you do gotta pray. I'm encouraging you guys, please, please, if you're serious about leaving and you don't know where to go, pray about it because I did not know, and all that I knew is messy. Turn off the lights, please, and make sure you close the door. All that I knew is Shanta Anta Diop. I had researched him maybe a few months or so before I found out that Senegal was a country. And Shanta Anta Diop is a guy that everyone should teach your, if your children are, they really don't matter what ethnicity they are. Everyone needs to know who he is. This is the guy that dug up the first mummies and did some of the first genetic tests. He's the reason why the National Geographics had to change their wording in who was the first man. You know, he's the reason why they had to say that Africans were, or Africa is the cradle of civilization. This is where mankind started. This is one of the most important men in the world, and he's Senegalese. And so I had researched him um, because I was just researching about our history, and I learned how the Wolof language is connected to the ancient Kemetic language on the pyramids. So that was all I knew about Senegal. I mean, that's still not knowing about Senegal. I didn't even know that he was from Senegal. I just knew about the Wolof language. So when I got this download that, okay, I'm supposed to go to this country, it's on this map, and it's spelled SCN. Like, that's literally all I knew. I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is, but something is saying go here. And then when I looked up what their local language was, and I seen Wolof, I'm like, oh, okay, well, there's a connection there. So that was my only connection. It was that I knew those facts about Shanta Anta Diop and the Wolof language, and that was all I had. And 10 years ago, there were no vloggers, guys. There was nobody vlogging. There was no Black families vlogging Africa and Senegal 10 years ago. So I remember seeing a video of a white family that had came and visited here. I think there might have been like one other clip, and it was showing like people working out. But that's all I had to go off of. And I spent those next 8 years, everything I did, any relationship, I was married at the time. My ex-husband knew, like, this is the mission. Like, we're on a mission, okay? So I just know that I gained that confidence and that groundedness that you need and where you're going, because people are going to call you crazy, and maybe they don't know more. I mean, this was 10 years ago. You know, the stuff that's happening now, a lot of those people that were calling me crazy are telling me that I was right. So maybe you don't get it as hard as I got it, okay? Because shit's happening right now in our face. I was talking about it, years before. But people still don't understand, though. There's still so many people that just don't get it. So, your family's going to talk about you. They're going to say that you're selfish and that you know, you're not doing the right thing and stuff. So it's really important to be grounded and sure about where you're going. And I just think that the best way you can do that is prayer. A lot of your community posts resonate with me. Good. Yes, that is so good. I can have something on my mind or going through something. I get on YouTube and boom, there you goes your post. Yes. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love that, y'all. Every time that happens, I made a post not too long ago on Facebook. Oh, no, no, no. I posted it in my community tab on YouTube too. And it was about my childhood. I shared I shared about my childhood and my parents co-parenting me from state to state, and how that felt and what ended up happening from that. And it was just a real personal post. Like, sometimes I like to write on things like that. And I just love when I write on something like that and so many people resonate with it. Like, there were so many people, especially on Facebook, but even on YouTube, and people were like, wow, I'm going to go talk to my child now after this, or I'm going to call my mom, and this is making me realize that I do have this area to heal from, and yada yada yada. I just love that. That's why you always see me say, I'm so glad this resonated with you, because we are each other. It sounds cheesy, I know, but we're one. So I can post something about my life and where my mind is. I can get this download that, hey, share this information. A lot of times when I write, it is like that. I am in a meditative state. If you know me personally, anybody who's like around me all the time, then they know like I'll be in the zone. I just zone out and I'll write and you just can't interrupt me. And then I'll post it and it'll be something that a lot of us really needed at that exact time. Like people literally message me like, yo, you don't even know. Like you don't even know where I was just right now before I read that. And I love that. That's everything, especially as a writer, as a creator, that's everything. Just knowing that we're all that connected. Yes. So it was really nice vibing with you guys. I gotta cut this short. I'm gonna be on here for a whole hour and a half, and I might as well just have done my topic. Okay. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Brittany's Life, for coming on here conversing with me. See, I zone. I get told I'm sitting around looking crazy. Yes. Yep. You're zoning out. Yep. It's like daydreaming, but yeah, something in between daydreaming and just not being there at all. Yes. Yes, you guys, I really appreciate you guys coming in. I'm so proud of myself because I could have been like, I actually fell asleep, y'all. I was asleep. And then I was like, get your up and do this live because you got to keep your word. So, and hopefully, me sharing, I'm only sharing this because it's real. And I know that you guys also have things that you've been procrastinating on or not being consistent about. You know that there's things tugging on you that you're supposed to be doing every day and you're not doing it. So that's why I'm sharing that part of this part of my journey with y'all because hopefully it inspires you guys. I am inspired by other people who share certain parts of their journey. So obviously, same thing will happen with you. And so I hope that you guys hearing me make the commitment to myself, even though it might be a totally different goal than you have. But hopefully it just inspires you guys to also be consistent and be of the word that you give yourself. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brittany. I appreciate you, sis. So, yes, you guys, thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow, I will be back with a topic. I appreciate you guys. Please hit the thumbs up if you liked this Earth is School episode. Share. It's free, okay? It's free to share this. You never know. It might be one person that needed to hear me say something I said, and that's all that matters. Just that one person. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, remember Earth is school, and thank you for rolling with the sister.